During World War II, the Soviet Union's mechanized forces relied heavily on the STZ-5 artillery tractor, a rugged and versatile vehicle designed to haul heavy artillery and supplies across the unforgiving landscapes of the Eastern Front. Built by the Stalingrad tractor plant, this resilient workhorse became a symbol of Soviet ingenuity. It was developed in the late 1930s as part of the Soviet Union's effort to modernize its military. With over 9,900 built, it was the most produced Soviet military tractor during the war. The designers borrowed elements and ideas from the British Vickers-Carden-Lloyd light tank and the American TA-40 agricultural tractor. Their design goal was to achieve a vehicle capable of acting as a military and an agricultural vehicle. It was designated to tow division-level and corps-level guns and howitzers. The STZ-5 featured a 1.5-ton payload capacity and was equipped with a 4-cylinder diesel engine producing 52 horsepower. Though not particularly fast, with a top speed of just 20 km per hour, its construction and reliable drivetrain made it well suited to hauling medium and heavy artillery pieces. The tractor's track design enabled it to traverse muddy fields, snow, and other challenging terrains that rendered wheeled vehicles useless. Its simple construction allowed for ease of repair in the field, a crucial feature in the harsh conditions of the Eastern Front. However, the lack of armor on the cab left its crew exposed to the elements of enemy fire, a common complaint among Soviet operators. By the outbreak of the war, thousands of these tractors had been built, and they played a critical role in towing artillery and transporting supplies during key battles. The importance of the STZ-5 was highlighted during the brutal winters of the Eastern Front, where its ability to move through snow and ice proved invaluable. A small number of these vehicles even had the 132mm rocket launcher system attached and were used at the battles around Moscow and Stalingrad. However, as the German army advanced deep into Soviet territory during Operation Barbarossa, the STZ-5's vulnerabilities were laid bare. The cab offered no protection from air attacks or small arms fire, and its slow speed often made it a sitting target during retreats. Despite these challenges, the STZ-5 remained a vital part of the Red Army's logistics backbone throughout the war. As the German army pushed deep into Soviet territory in 1941, the rapid advances left Soviet forces scrambling to retreat. In their haste, the Red Army often abandoned large quantities of vehicles, including hundreds of STZ-5 artillery tractors. The Germans, always resourceful in repurposing captured equipment, recognized the tactical value of these vehicles, particularly for their logistical challenges on the Eastern Front. Love diving deeper into military history? This video is supported by my YouTube members who get exclusive videos weekly, not available anywhere else for their kind support. You can join their ranks easily. Just hit the join button now to get the exclusive videos and much more. Thank you for supporting me. I couldn't be doing it without your help. In the German army, the STZ-5 was designated as the Artillerieschlepper 601R, with the R indicating the Russian origin. And the Germans wasted no time integrating them into their own operations. These tractors were assigned to artillery units where they hold medium and heavy artillery pieces and even some captured Soviet guns. The simplicity of the Soviet design meant that it was easier to maintain and repair even with limited resources. Though the Germans did not have access to the Soviet manufacturing facilities for spare parts, the straightforward construction of the tractor allowed for field repairs using cannibalized parts from other damaged vehicles. While the STZ-5 was undoubtedly useful, its integration into the German army was not without challenges. The Wehrmacht's logistics network was built around German-manufactured vehicles, and adding captured Soviet equipment introduced complications. To adapt the STZ-5 for German use, minor modifications were made, although they were often improvised and varied by unit. For example, some tractors were fitted with German towing couplings to accommodate German artillery pieces, while others were equipped with makeshift armor to provide minimal protection for their crews. In some rare cases, German mechanics even added more comfortable seating. However, these adjustments were usually localized and limited by the scarcity of resources. The STZ-5 also wore out in everyday wartime, so a German replacement was required. This was the Raupenschlepper Ost, or the Caterpillar Tractor East, a fully tracked lightweight vehicle. Development began soon after the attack on the Soviet Union, and its design with a front-mounted driver's cab, simple track drive, and loading area was very similar to the Soviet STZ-5. However, it should be noted that the aim was not to create a copy. All components were newly developed or taken from existing German vehicles. Despite its advantages, the STZ-5's drawbacks became more pronounced over time. Its low speed was an issue during the fast-paced operations, and the open cab made its crew vulnerable to air attacks and small arms fire. These limitations meant that while the STZ-5 played a crucial role in the German Army's Eastern Front operation, it was not considered a long-time solution. Captured tractors provided the German Army with a temporary yet significant logistical boost, especially during the campaigns of 1941 and 1942. Later, they were often used in secondary roles, such as towing supply trailers or clearing roads, freeing up German-designed vehicles for frontline operations. Some STZ-5s were also deployed in rear echelon areas to transport ammunition, food, and other critical supplies to units operating in remote or inaccessible areas. Interestingly, the use of the STZ-5 by both sides in the conflict occasionally led to confusion on the battlefield. With both the Red Army and the German Army employing the same tractors, identification mistakes sometimes occurred during chaotic engagements. The STZ-5 was one of the more prominent examples of this practice on the Eastern Front, where the scale of captured Soviet equipment was staggering. The tractor stands as a testament to the adaptability and resourcefulness of both Soviet designers and their armies that used it. For the Red Army, it was a dependable workhorse that helped sustain their artillery units through some of the most difficult conditions of the war. For the Germans, the STZ-5 was a valuable asset that helped mitigate their own supply and logistics challenges, especially in the unforgiving terrain of the Eastern Front. Today, surviving examples of the STZ-5 can be found in military museums across Europe, serving as a reminder of the diverse and unexpected ways in which military technology was repurposed during World War II. The story of the STZ-5 is not just one of Soviet engineering, but also a symbol of the interconnected and often ironic nature of wartime logistics. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to support my channel, check out the PayPal donation link in the description or consider becoming a member. To make sure you don't miss my future work, subscribe to my channel please and press the bell notification button. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.